Hey lovelies, good morning and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anne and you are watching the Anne's World. In this episode, I am going to be showing you guys how to easily cut and insert your bonings without any challenges. I have a lot of boning channels that I need to insert my bones into, and to avoid too much complications, I am going to be showing you the easiest and simple steps to be able to cut, prepare your boning, and also know the right channel to insert your bone to prevent like confusion and also to make your work much more easier for you. So if you're interested in this video, please stick to it to the end. I also have a video on how to make this beautiful beading, so watch out for it. Okay, so I'm going to begin by explaining my boning that I have in hand. I have this Riesling boning, which is a sew on boning. You can run your machine on this type of boning. Okay, I also have my rubber boning or the plastic boning. This type of boning you cannot sew on. We have it in different types. We have the quarter, we have the half, okay, we have the 5/8 as well. So I'm going to set aside the rest of the boning and we are going to be working with this bone. Okay, so first of all, I have my corset here. Okay, you see it has no structure and the boning helps with the structuring of the corset. So first of all, you have to go ahead and measure your bone casing. Okay, the lines that you've created or the casing that you've made, you have to measure that casing. Okay, so just make sure your boning size is equal to the casing size. Okay, but make sure it's a bit loose, not too tight and not too loose. Okay, so go ahead and then measure all your boning lines, and then write them down accordingly. Okay, so for me, for instance, I started from the middle, from the center front. I started measuring and writing down my measurement. Okay, so whatever I measure all through the boning, I subtract 1.5 inches from that. Okay, so assuming you have 13 inches for your full bone line, okay, your bone casing, you have to subtract 1.5 inches from that, simply because I am going to be sewing the bottom part as well, as it needs some small space, okay, to be able to move around and all that. All right, so I'm going to start by cutting my boning and preparing them. So I'm going to go with the measurements I have written in my book. I'm going to go ahead and then mark, measure, and also whatever I get, I cut it. So I've written it in such a way that I know whether to cut two. Let's assume that 13 inches, I will cut two of that. So I write 13 inches times two. Okay, and I'm cutting this accordingly. So now I know I have my two of 13 inches. Just go ahead and write that number on it. Okay, accordingly, like that. All right, so there is a case where you have the same inches for a different bone lines. Don't worry, writing it accordingly will let you know where to put that particular boning in the next one. Okay, so just go ahead and then cut your boning accordingly, cut the number of boning required, and then inscribe the numbers on the boning. Okay, okay, so guys, before we go into like the rest of the tutorial, I'd like you guys to know that after you've joined your corset, you need to measure the whole and created your bone lines. You need to measure that casing before you turn it over with your lining. Okay, so now I am done with cutting my bone accordingly. So I have cut everything and I've inscribed all the numbers on it. The next step is to cut or prepare my bone. Okay, so I'm going to use my scissors to cut all my sharp corners. Okay, so that it becomes round. So there is so many method of using to prepare your boning. You can use your fire method. You can also use the scissors method, and you can use the masking tape method along with your scissors method. You can also use the filing method. Okay, so in this tutorial, as you can see, my file or my filer is ready on the table, and after cutting all my corners, I am going to start filing this bone. Okay, so go ahead and arrange your bone. Okay, so right now I am going to go ahead and follow the numbers that I have, okay, according to my inches, and then arrange the bone according to my inches and also according to the number of bones I need. So now I am done with that. The next step I need to do is file. As you can see, I am filing, and please file it very smoothly. You don't want like the bone piercing your client, so make sure you clean off every like residue or anything that will cause pain in the dress. Okay, so also you can use your scissors to shape the edges really nice, and then use your masking tape. I think I have that method, my like this method I talked about right now, in one of my tutorials, so please do check that out. You can check that out. You clean it with your scissors, and then you use your masking tape to bind the edges so that it prevents it from poking your client. Okay, so just go ahead and file this neatly. After that, you can just use your your fire, sorry, to clean off or to smoothen the edge. Use some candles to do that. Just prepare your candles, lit it up, and then um, use your bone against the fire just a little bit, and then use your hands to kind of shape it really nicely. It works that way too, but I will be using my filer since it's simple for me right now, and I don't have a candle in my shop, neither do I have a masking tape available right now. So you make do with what you have. Okay, so right now I am making do with what I have by filing my bones. Okay, so make sure that you are arranging them makes them more easier, and inscribing the number on it makes it much easier to know the kind of channel for the right boning. Okay, yeah. So guys, everything is done now. The next thing is to go ahead and then insert your bonings into your channel. Okay, so what you want to do is look at the number. Okay, look at the number. Right now I'm going to be starting from the back, so I'm going to insert my boning with the curve facing up. Okay, this curve is supposed to lie flat on your body, so the orientation for inserting your boning is make sure that you are not turning your boning the other way around, but the boning is giving the corset the structure that it needs. Okay, so if you flip it the other way around, your dress is not going to come out the way it should. So as you can see, it's very easy inserting my bone because I know the number. Okay, I cut and I know the inches that I am supposed to insert into the right boning. So if you like this video, please don't forget to turn on the bell notification and also subscribe to my channel. Okay, subscribe and turn on the notification so that anytime I post a video, you guys will be first to get notified. I have a tutorial, a very detailed tutorial in 4 parts. It comes in part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. Okay, so I have a detailed tutorial on that, on how to make a corset using your kente fabric or using any form of fabric with a yoke. Okay, a dormant sleeve with a yoke. I have a very detailed tutorial on that, the drafting and the sewing from A to Z. Make sure you go check that out if you are interested in how to make this type of patterns. Like I said, do not make your bone casing too tight and too loose. Just let it fit perfectly. Okay, yeah, because if it becomes too tight, you get this kind of foldings in your boning lines, and you don't want that. Okay, so all the time make sure that you are inserting the bone really 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 like smoothly without forcing or struggling. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Like, I have given some few tips. I know it will be really really helpful. Watch out for the beading of this dress. Okay, so I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Take care and have a lovely day. Bye bye.